note good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and all spectators. Remarks and intimidating actions directed at officials or...
This is GITV Baseball. Welcome to the Classic City Championship here at AB Weathersby Field. Going to get underway here in a few minutes. Beautiful day for a game. Looks like we shrugged off some clouds, and hopefully we'll be able to get this one all the way through. Was some heavy rain a little bit earlier, maybe just for about 5 minutes where I live, but no problem here. Start time for the game is supposed to be 5:55, so we're getting underway here in just a couple of minutes. Exchanging lineup cards going on right now at home plate. Get you the defensive alignment for Clarke Central. On the mound is going to be Fairbairn. Bonner behind the plate. No Luis Solis tonight. McHugh at first, Thompson at second, Crumpton at third, Sims at short. Outfield is Tonks, Harris, and Haynes left, right, and left, center, and right. We're doing the national anthem now. All right, so welcome back. About to get this Classic City Championship underway. Last home game on the JV schedule. Varsity had senior night last night. Tough loss to Habersham, but they got one on the road, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll get another crack at them. All right, so it looks like we've got some changes in the defensive alignment. We got Fairbairn behind the plate, not on the mound. We're going to get that taken care of and get you the defensive alignment for Clarke Central. I believe that is Bonner on the mound, taking some warm-up pitches. Number 8, right-hander. Fairbairn behind the plate. No Luis Solis tonight. I'm not sure what the word is on him. Maybe sick, who knows. Sims is at short, though, in place of Fairbairn at his usual spot.
Yeah. On the mound for the Gladiators tonight, number 8, Jordan Bonner. Leading off for the Jaguars, number 14, Andrew Haynes.
All right, play ball. Stepping in for Cedar Shoals Jaguars is number 14, Adrian Haynes, center fielder. Tries to lay down a fastball bunt to the right side, pushes it foul. Count is 0-1. Terry McHugh over at first is maybe a step in from base high. Crumpton's in at third also. Pitch on the way, Bonner out of the windup, swung on, chopped over to Crumpton, fielded, thrown across to first, one down.
That's another bat. Now bat number 12, Stephen Amison.
Crumpton came in for the bunt threat. If he hadn't been in on the grass, it might have been a hard play to make. It's chopped pretty high, kind of slow. Fortunately, he was in. Not too tough of a play for him. So one down, and that'll bring up Stephen Amison, who flies one into right field. Haynes is under it and loses it in the sun. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Amison's around second. He's headed for third. Relay is on the way. He's going to cruise into third with a stand-up triple. Looked like Haynes lost that one in the sun. I saw some warm-ups before the game, and the coach was hitting some fly balls, and someone was out there and lost one in the sun trying to shield it. Can be pretty tough on this field, especially this time of day. Everybody's got about a 15-foot shadow out there. It's pretty bright. But that's something both teams are going to have to deal with for the first few innings at least.
Wheels are turning. Draw him back to us.
So Amison's on third with one down here, top of the first. Third hitter, Zach Whidden, is up. Richard Whidden. There's another Zach in the lineup somewhere, I know. All right, Zach Davis. When he comes up, I'll be sure not to call him Richard Davis. Whidden grounds one sharply over to Crumpton's right towards the bag. He tries to backhand it, not able to make the play. It bounces out of his glove. That's going to be an infield hit, run-scoring hit. So Cedar Shoals takes a quick 1-0 lead. Pretty hard hit ball. Crumpton had to backhand it. Wasn't able to keep it in his glove. Rolled a couple of feet past him. Just enough for Whidden to get on base and bring the run home. Colin Davis, number 4 hitter for Cedar Shoals, swings at a first pitch fastball, pops it up into foul territory. Terry McHugh gets under and makes the play, so another quick out. 2 down here.
Up next, number 5, Bert Seaman.
That'll bring up shortstop Bert Seaman. There goes Whidden. Fastball is popped back out of play. Richard will have to go back to first. This count is 0-1 here. 2 down. Whidden again takes off for second, and again Seaman fouls it back and out of place. The count is 0-2 here. Let's see if Whidden goes again. He takes off. Nothing doing as Seaman swings through a fastball. Bonner didn't even worry about him over at first. Didn't look back, didn't throw, just went right after Seaman, and he got his man out. So Jaguars get 1 run on 2 hits. Score is Cedar Shoals 1, Clarke Central 0, headed to the bottom of the first. This is GITV. Welcome back to AB Weathersby Field. This is GITV, headed to the bottom half of the first of the Classic City Championship, Cedar Shoals and Clarke Central.
Leading off the Gladiators.
Cedar Shoals blue tops with orange vests, gray pants. Clarke Central red top, red hat, yellow bill, gray pants. Leading off is Jordan Bonner, Central's pitcher. First pitch from Purple, called strike on the outer half. If I'm Purple, I'm going to stay out there. It's going to be tough for anybody to get to. Purple goes after it again, misses just off of the plate, 1-1. No one on, no one out here. Davis and Weisenbach both in at the corners. Watching out for a Bonner bunt. Pitch from Purple on the way, swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Fairbairn waits on deck. Purple out of the stretch, kicks and delivers. Fastball tipped back into Whidden's face mask. Count's going to be 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Purple. Breaking ball, just catches the inside corner. Bonner takes it. Down on strikes.
Number 1, Noah Fairbairn.
So one pitcher gets the other pitcher looking. One down here, that'll bring up Noah Fairbairn. The everyday shortstop is now forced behind the plate with Luis Solis's absence. First pitch fastball called strike. Purple out of the windup. Fastball taken low. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and grounded to short. Seaman picks it up, fires across, 2 down.
Now back, number 17, Terry McHugh.
That'll bring up first baseman, number 17, Terry McHugh. First pitch fastball taken in off the plate, 1-0. McHugh's the first hitter that Davis for Cedar Shoals at third has not played in on the grass for. McHugh grounds one sharply in between third and short. It's going to be a base hit into left field, so Central's got their first base runner of the night with their third hitter, Terry McHugh. That'll bring up Davis, number 9. Charlie Harris. Playing center field tonight for Central. First pitch from Purple, fastball misses off the corner. 1-0. From Purple. Misses outside. Whidden throws back behind him at first. Called safe. Umpire slow with the call over there. Not sure what he's waiting to look for. Usually if they're that slow, they're waiting to see if the ball's still in the glove, and it was, but he still called him safe. I'm not sure what that's about. Here's the 2-0 from Purple. Swung on and fouled back out of play. The count is 2-1 here on Harris. Purple kicks and delivers, grounded sharply back up the middle. That's going to get through for another base hit. McHugh's going to have to stay at second. Hit pretty hard. Haynes comes in and fields. Nowhere for McHugh to run, so Central's got a couple on with a couple out. That brings up the number 5 hitter, Chandon Haynes. First pitch from Purple, chopped high and right back at him. He tosses easy over to first. That'll retire the side. As Clarke Central gets a couple of hits, doesn't bring anybody around. Trailing Cedar Shoals 1-0, headed to the top of the second. This is GITV.
Recognizes the following businesses as 2011-2012 Gladiator corporate sponsors. At the number 18, Zach Davis.
Welcome back to AB Weathersby Field here in the top of the second. Bonner on the mound delivers to Zach Davis, fouled back and out of play. Davis playing right field tonight. His brother, Colin Davis, playing third for the Jaguars. Oh, 0-1 on the way from Bonner. Out of the windup, fastball high, swung on and missed by Davis. Count is 0-2. Oh-2 on the way, breaking ball. Grounded softly, foul. Count will remain 0-2. Bonner with his glove stuck straight out in front of his stomach. Goes into the windup. Fastball off the plate. All the umpires in the Central dugout wanted that one. Hard to blame them. So here's the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Davis down on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Bonner. Excuse me, second.
Number 6, Wesley Epps.
Brings up the second baseman, Wesley Epps. First pitch from Bonner, fouled straight back. 0-1, one out, nobody on. Outfield is playing very shallow for Epps, except in right. Fastball misses low, 1-1. Pitch from Bonner on the way. Fastball misses inside, 2-1. Epps was hitting 158 through 10 games this year. Pops one over to the right side. Thompson is under it. It gets just past him. Not sure if he lost that one in the sun or misread it off the bat, but he was backpedaling. Just didn't get back to the spot in time. That's going to fall for a hit.
Now batting number 20, Will Weisenbeck.
So Bonner wanted that one. Epps gets a cheap one, and now he's standing over at first. Will Weisenbach, Cedar Shoals' first baseman, now up. Chopped foul down the left side. One on Weisenbach. Bonner out of the stretch. Fastball high, swung on and missed. 0-2. Bonner kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses in off the plate. 1-2. One-two fastball misses just low. Slight steady breeze blowing from right to left. Fastball fisted over towards Cedar Shoals' dugout. Count's going to stay at 2-2. One down here. Wesley Epps standing on first base for Cedar Shoals, leading Clarke Central 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. One-two on the way from Bonner. Again taken low. Count is full now. I might throw over behind Epps once if I'm Bonner. Bonner Epps not running. Weisenbach fouls one. Looks like it fastball inside off the hands. Looked like it hit the bill of his helmet. Knocked his helmet off. First base coach wants to see if it got any of his face. Doesn't appear to have. Maybe asking him his name to see if he's all right. Weisenbach appears to have passed the test, and he'll stand back in. Another payoff pitch on the way from Bonner. Fastball fouled into his leg. We'll do it again. They say it caught his ankle. So he fouls one into his face and then one off of his foot. Fastball from Bonner, called strike on Weisenbach. Catches the Cedar Shoals first baseman looking for the second out of the inning.
Number 3, Dustin Purple.
That'll bring up the pitcher for Cedar Shoals tonight, Dustin Purple. Bonner delivers a first pitch fastball strike on the outer half. 0-1 here on Purple. 2 down, runner on first. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-2. Bonner takes a sign. Kicks, delivers, fastball. It's going to be over Fairbairn's head. Epps is going to scamper down to second. No throw. Bonner misses well high, gets back to the backstop, and now Cedar Shoals has a runner in scoring position here with 2 down. Count is 1-2 on the Cedar Shoals pitcher. Leadoff hitter Adrian Haynes would be next. Big pitch here for Bonner. Chance to put away the number 9 man for Cedar Shoals. Fastball, called strike, outside corner, and that'll do it. Cedar Shoals gets no runs on 1 hit. Score is Cedar Shoals 1, Clarke Central nothing. Headed to the bottom of the second. This is GITV. Getting underway here in the bottom half of the second inning. Trimp Thompson is going to lead things off. Second baseman for Clarke Central. Only an 8th grader. Takes fastball, called strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 from Purple, another called strike. It's a quick 0-2 count here. Purple out of the windup. Delivers, swung on and missed. Thompson quickly down on strikes.
Batting next, number 13.
Purple's second strikeout of the game. That'll bring up number 7 hitter, 3rd baseman for Central, Sasha Crumpton. Crumpton takes a first pitch fastball out of the zone. Crumpton swings through a fastball from Purple. The count is now 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. Purple delivers fastball outside. 2-1 here on the Gladiators' 3rd baseman. Swung on and fouled into the ground. 2-2. Purple delivers, grounded sharply to first base. That's going to get away from Weisenbach. Crumpton's got an infield hit.
Nice. Batting next, number 10, Ben Tonks.
That'll bring up left fielder Ben Tonks. Purple out of the stretch. Fastball swung on and missed by Tonks. Here's the 0-1 from Purple. Fastball high. He's going to throw back behind Crumpton. Ball's going to get away from Weisenbach. He's going to scurry down to second. No play. So Whidden tries to throw behind Crumpton over there, who didn't really have that big of a lead to begin with. Yeah, and high throw is going to get by Weisenbach. Crumpton makes it down to second. Not sure if throwing behind him was necessary in that situation. I don't think a perfect throw would have gotten him or even been close, as Tonks takes high. Count is 2-1. Purple kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Steady diet of high fastballs to Ben Tonks. Big hole on the left side of the infield if he can put it there. Takes a fastball low and out of the zone. Count is full. Crumpton on second. 1 out. Sims standing in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch taken outside. So the Gladiators got 2 runners on with 1 down. Sims coming up to the plate. Chance to do a little damage.
Number 26, Isaiah Sims.
Sims takes first pitch, called strike. Oh, 1 from Purple. Sims squares around a bunt, pulls back and takes high. Here's the 1-1. Sims gets it down, pushes it right to Purple, who throws across the third. Force out on Crumpton. Purple makes a good barehanded play there. Throws out the lead runner.
Batting next, number 8.
Sims bunts it right back to Dustin Purple. Able to get the lead runner without much of a play over there at third. Crumpton had no chance to get there. Just a perfect play if you're defense right now. That brings up leadoff man Jordan Bonner, who skies one out to right field. That's going to get over Zach Davis's head. 1 run's going to come around. They're going to wave around Sims. He's coming in to score. There's going to be no play. Bonner's on his way to third. He's going to slide in safely with a 2-run triple. Zach Davis has struggled on defense out in right field this season, and the glaring sun looming from the left field line is causing people problems this game out in right field, right center field, second base. Bonner takes advantage of it with a long fly ball that Davis just can't quite reel in. That'll bring around 2, so Clarke Central now leading 2-1. Bottom of the second, Fairbairn tries to lay down a bunt. Bonner was running on that play. Suicide squeeze or a safety squeeze. I didn't see when Bonner broke, but he broke early, I heard. So the Central coaches trust Fairbairn to get a bunt down when he has to. He's not bunting this time. He grounds one over to second base. Epps makes the play and throws him out, and that'll do it for Central here in the bottom of the second.
Gladiators 2.
They get 2 runs on 3 hits. Score is Clarke Central 2, Cedar Shoals 1, head at the top of the third. This is GITV. Heading to the top half of the third here at AB Weathersby Field. Cedar Shoals has their top of their lineup coming back up. Adrian Haynes, Stephen Amison, and Richard Whidden. Bonner out of the stretch for Clarke Central. Out of the windup, excuse me. High hopper, that's going to chop over Crumpton's head. Hits the ground hard, bounces way high up in the air. Adrian Haynes going to take advantage of it and cruise into second for a double. Tonks was slow getting over there to the ball in left field. Adrian Haynes takes advantage of the high hopper, cruises all around to second. So Cedar Shoals has their leadoff man on second with the number 2 hitter, Stephen Amison, up. Fastball taken low.
He had a pretty big hit down the right field line last time this guy did.
He rarely goes that way. He usually goes to left.
Yeah.
1-0 on the way to Amison. Fastball way high. That gets over Fairbairn's head. Haynes is going to be able to move on to third with no throw. It's the second time that Bonner has missed high and hitting the backstop. So the count's 2-0 here on Amison. Haynes on third, nobody out. Fastball just misses high. There's some defensive shifting out in the outfield. Amison takes a fastball, called strike on the outside corner. 3-1 here, nobody out. Tying run on third. Bonner out of the stretch. Delivers with a slide step, lined hard into right field. That's going to be a base hit. That'll bring Haynes in to score. So Stephen Amison has his second hit of the night.
Now batting number 23, Richard Whidden.
So Clarke Central scores 2 in the bottom of the second. Cedar Shoals scores 1 really quick to tie the game at 2. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Jaguars have been testing Fairbairn. When given the opportunity, Bonner throws back over there to check the runner. Amison looks ready to go. See if they try a pitch out. They don't. There he goes. Throw is down. Not in time. Amison slides headfirst safe. So the Jaguars again go for the steal, and they get it. Count is 1-0 on Richard Whidden. One of Sky backing out of play. Be interesting to see if Central's coaches do something to counteract these stolen base attempts. Maybe pitch out, change Bonner's delivery pace, throw over a little more. Have to do something to keep the runners honest. There's another check of the runner at second. Here's the 1-1 from Bonner out of the stretch. Swung on and skied to center. Harris is under it. Doesn't look deep enough to bring Amison over to second. Throw to third not needed, but it keeps Amison at second, so 1 out.
Number 11, Colin Davis.
That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Colin Davis. Davis grounded out to McHugh in the first inning. Bonner takes the sign. Fastball laid down the first baseline. Beautiful bunt that's going to get Emerson across to third. It's a 2 down, runner on third.
Now batting number 5, Bert Seaman.
It's a curious call by Cedar Shoals. Having your cleanup hitter bunt with the runner in scoring position, but they've got the go-ahead run 90 feet away. That'll give Bert Seaman, shortstop, an RBI opportunity. Fastball called strike. Jaguars fans do not approve. 0-1 here, 2 down, runner on third. Bonner out of the stretch, fastball swung on and missed. 0-2. Swung on, grounded softly over to Crumpton. He fields, throws on to McHugh, retires the side. So Cedar Shoals gets 1 run to tie it on 2 hits. Score is now 2-2, heading to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. This is GITV.
You got the Athens banner here.
Bottom half of the 3rd just now getting underway. Terry McHugh leading off for the Gladiators. First pitch from Dustin Purple. Fastball taken outside, 1-0. No one on, no one out. Score is still tied, 2-2. Purple out of the windup. Again taken outside. On the way. 3rd straight fastball missing off the plate. He got a couple of calls out there. Going back to that well again. Not quite getting the call. McHugh taken all the way on the 3-0. Walks on 4 straight pitches. So Central gets their leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Charlie Harris. Purple out of the stretch. Fastball gets away from Whidden. McHugh gonna get down to second without a play. That ball was well outside. May have been a pass ball, I'm not sure. Could have been a wild pitch. Either way, McHugh is in scoring position with nobody out. And the number 4 hitter up for the Gladiators. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-1. Purple out of the stretch. Harris tries to lay down a bunt. Doesn't get it. Count is 1-2. I'm not sure how skilled Harris is bunting. If he can get it down the third baseline, he could probably beat out the throw. Colin Davis for the Jaguars is playing back behind the bag. Breaking ball in off the plate. Count is 2-2 now. Two from Purple out of the stretch. Swung on and missed. So Harris down on strikes. Brings up the number 5 hitter, Chandon Haynes. McHugh on second, 1 out. McHugh would be the go-ahead run here for the Gladiators. Purple delivers high. There goes McHugh. Very late jump. Throw beats him by a couple of steps. He slides in. Tag is high, but he's out by a mile. Haynes is having a conversation with the third base coach. He appears to have missed a sign. So McHugh is thrown out. 2 down here with nobody on. Big turn of events. 1 out, runner on second. No one on, 2 out. Count is 1-1 here on Chandon Haynes. Purple delivers a fastball, swung on and missed. 1-2. Strikeout here would be a big momentum shift here for the Jaguars. Fastball just misses outside. Two on the way, just misses low. Count is full. Swung on, grounded sharply to second. Epps misplays it. Throws over to first, not in time. That's going to bounce into the Clarke Central dugout. Haynes is going to make it to first. Be able to go down to second since the ball was out of play in the Gladiators dugout.
Batting for the Gladiators, number 6, Trip Thompson.
So Trip Thompson will stand in. Chandon Haynes at second. Fastball high, swung on and missed. 0-1, taken low, 1-1. Epps has missed cue at seconds, the second error of the night for the Jaguars. Cedar Shoals has struggled defensively this year. They have 34 errors in their infield. Purple's going to throw behind Haynes at second. That's going to get all the way to center field. Haynes dives back on his stomach, can't jump up in time to get to third. So we're going to have a mound meeting here. Score is Clarke Central 2, Cedar Shoals 2, bottom of the 3rd inning. Trip Thompson at bat for the Gladiators. Chandon Haynes down at second would be the go-ahead run. Dustin Purple on the mound for the Jaguars, having a conference here. Head coach and backstop Whidden. So the varsity head coach here traveling with the JV squad, Coach Brian, out there talking things over with Dustin Purple, his 9th grade pitcher. maybe grooming him for some varsity action next year. So we're back underway. Here's the 1-1 to Trip Thompson. Fastball gets the outside corner. Count is 1-2. Purple again throws behind Haynes at second, not in time. One-two to Thompson. Fastball out of the zone, swung on and missed. Thompson swings at a fastball at eye level, not able to make contact. So after getting the leadoff runner down at second, Clarke Central not able to bring him around. No runs on one hit. Score is Clarke Central 2, Cedar Shoals 2, headed to the top of the 4th inning. This is GITV. Top half of the 4th inning just getting underway. Zach Davis leading things off for the Jaguars. Bonner delivers a fastball in off the plate. 1-0. None on, none out. Score 2-2 still in the Classic City Championship, JV style. Bonner sticks his glove well out in front of him as he starts his wind-up. Delivers a fastball for a called strike. 1-1. Davis struck out his last at bat. 1-1 grounded to Thompson at second. Throws across to first. Davis is down.
Now batting, number 6, Wesley Epps.
Coffee's not the greatest, man, but it's like it's cool.
Put some sugar in it.
You ever been to Triple A coffee? This is worse.
Wesley Epps stands in for Cedar Shoals. Fouls first pitch out of play. We're going to have to get a new baseball. Oh, 1 here on the Jaguars second baseman. Bonner delivers, fastball out off the plate.
That's your shit.
1-1.
One shit break apiece.
Savoring it. Make it last.
Bonner out of the windup, delivers. One hopper hit over to short. Sims fields and throws across. 2 down.
Now in number 20, Will Weisenbach.
2 down here in the top of the 4th. Nobody on. Will Weisenbach, Jaguars first baseman, stands in. Weisenbach also struck out in the 2nd inning. Bonner had 4 strikeouts through 2 innings.
Rumor has it that Ben was driving around the neighborhood with some character this week.
I was just trying to be...
Weisenbach takes a first pitch fastball called strike.
Oh, son, you're doing great. That actually did fun. Yeah, you know, that's a good neighborhood to practice in. Yeah. Can't go too fast.
Bonner delivers the 0-1,
Never gonna be like racing.
taken low.
Charlie's trying to learn to stick.
Fastball taken high from Bonner. 2-1 on Weisenbach. The lights are on over at the soccer field / football complex. Not quite on over here yet. Probably will be soon. Weisenbach chops one towards Bonner. A lot of backspin on that pitch. Bonner fields and throws over to McHugh. Pulls McHugh off the bag, but he gets his foot back on at a time. 3 down. So 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Bonner. No runs, no hits. Score still tied 2-2, heading to the bottom half of the 4th inning. This is GITV.
Getting off the Gladiators at the bottom of the 4th, number 13, Sasha Crumpton.
Sasha Crumpton will get things underway here for the Gladiators in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dustin Purple still on the mound for the Jaguars. Delivers a fastball called strike from the windup. Purple working quick out of the windup. Delivers a fastball lined into right field. Base hit for Crumpton.
Batting next, number 10.
Crumpton did a good way taking that ball on the outer half, delivering to right field, not trying to do too much with it. So the Gladiators again get their leadoff runner on. That'll bring up Ben Tonks. Purple delivers fastball off the plate. 1-0. Crumpton on first, nobody out. Score 2-2. Haynes has Tonks shaded a step towards right field out in center. Quite possibly because Purple's been living on the outside corner all night. Fastball called strike, count is 2-1. Purple out of the stretch, runner going. Tonks lines one into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Crumpton heading for third. He better head back. He's going to slide into second safely. He takes a huge turn heading to third. Has to scamper back to second. Throw to second, not quite in time.
Now batting number 26, Isaiah.
So some aggressive base running does not get him into trouble. Gladiators got runners on first and second to get the inning going. That brings up Isaiah Sims, number 9 hitter here, with a chance to give the Gladiators the lead. Sims squares around a bunt, pulls back, takes low. Purple out of the stretch. Sims again squares around, pulls back, 2-0. Here's the pitch on the way from Purple. Sims trying to lay down a bunt. Purple trying to walk him. Counts 3-0. Sims takes all the way. Fastball high, and that'll load the bases.
Batting next, number 8, Jordan Bonner.
2 singles lead off the inning, followed by a walk. We're headed back to the top of the order with the bases loaded. Jaguars are going to bring their infield in all the way around, outfield in as well. Bonner got a triple his last at bat, hit one over the right fielder. He grounds one sharply up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to bring one run around. Tonks is coming around. Throw home to Whidden is in time. Tonks slides in. Whidden blocks the plate. He's safe at third. Tonks tries to come around to get 2. Adrian Haynes cuts him down at the plate with a perfect one-hop throw. Whidden blocks the plate but takes the brunt of that collision. Blocks Tonks from scoring, so the Gladiators only get 1 off of that hit, but they've still got a runner on second and third with Noah Fairbairn coming up to the plate. I think Tonks made the right decision on that play. You got to force the center fielder to make a perfect throw, and unfortunately for the Gladiators, his throw couldn't have been any better. A wild pitch gets away from Whidden this time. Sims is going to come in to score. And Bonner is going to cruise into third base. So 1 out. Bonner on third. Fairbairn's trying to lay down a bunt. Bonner was either running on the pitch or just shortly after. Fairbairn tips one foul. Count is 1-1. See if they throw over behind him at third. Purple delivers out of the stretch. Ground ball softly to third. They're going to try and cut him down at the plate, and they do. Another perfect throw, and Whidden is hurt. Fairbairn is safe at first, and he's going to go down to second. Whidden makes the play on Bonner, then falls down, drops the ball. Fairbairn able to cruise into second. Whidden has taken the hard end of 2 collisions here, but he's gotten both runners out at the plate. 2 great throws, one by Adrian Haynes in center, one by Colin Davis at third. Gladiators forcing Cedar Shoals to make perfect throws to get them out at the plate, and unfortunately for the Gladiators, the Jaguars have made great throws on both plays. I've been told that Whidden's twisted his ankle. It looked like his foot got stuck and then his leg got hit while his cleats were planted in the ground apparently. So he's being worked on by the coaches. Terry McHugh will be the next batter for the Gladiators. Noah Fairbairn stands down at second. He laid down a great sacrifice bunt, but throw from Davis got Bonner just in time. So Whidden's back on his feet. Looks like he'll be ready. The younger the league, usually the more aggressive the base running you'll have, forcing players to make throws and exercise fundamentals. And in JV baseball, a lot of times you'll see some aggressive base running. The Gladiators try to take advantage. Could be a 6-2 lead right now, except for 2 great defensive plays by Cedar Shoals, a team that has struggled with defense at times this year, especially in the infield. And tonight they've made plays when they had to and limited the damage. So Clarke Central is up 4-2 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Not done yet. We're going to have a pitching change. Wesley Epps is going to move from second to the mound. Purple is going to move from pitcher over to third. They're going to move Colin Davis from third to second. Everybody's going to stay in the infield and just shift around. So we'll be back when we get this underway. This is GITV.
McHugh, new pitcher on the mound. Number 6, Wesley Epps.
Back underway here after the pitching change in the bottom of the 4th inning. Terry McHugh at the plate for the Gladiators. New pitcher in Wesley Epps on the mound for the Jaguars. Noah Fairbairn still down at second base. Count is 1-1 on McHugh.
Pinch runner for Noah. Number 21.
Oh, Noah is out of the game with a pinch runner right now at second.
Getting on his own.
It's like Boone out there.
Yeah.
That's Boone out at second base. Counts 2-1 on McHugh. RBI opportunity out there at second. McHugh grounds one sharply down the third base line. That could be extra bases. Boone's going to come around and score easily. McHugh stays at first. Great relay throw in by left fielder Amison. So the Gladiators extend their lead 5-2.
Charlie Harris.
That'll bring up number 9, Charlie Harris, cleanup hitter for the Gladiators. McHugh on first, 2 down. Harris takes high.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Epps keeping a close eye on McHugh at second. 1-0 on the way. Fly out into short center field. Haynes is on it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side, but not before the Gladiators score
Score down. Gladiators.
3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Could have been more except for some great throws by the Jaguars defense. Score is now 5-2 heading to the top of the 5th inning. This is GITV. Dustin Purple leads off the top of the 5th inning. For Cedar Shoals, grounds first pitch fastball, foul down the left side. No balls, 1 strike, no outs, nobody on. Cedar Shoals trailing Clarke Central 5-2. Bonner out of the windup. Delivers a fastball swung on and missed by Purple. Oh-2 on the way. That's going to hit Purple in the shoulder. So Bonner hits Purple with a high fastball, turns in and takes it off the shoulder. Clearly unintentional with an 0-2 count.
Number 14, Adrian Haynes.
A little more than Jimmy.
That'll bring up leadoff man and center fielder Adrian Haynes. First pitch bunted into the plate. It's going to roll foul.
I did not want to call it until that's over there outside of the back.
Haynes tries to lay one down, bunts it foul. That'll bring Crumpton in at third. So Purple at first, nobody out. Bonner pitching out of the stretch. Line drive by Haynes up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. It's going to put runners on first and second here with nobody out in the top of the 5th inning.
Up next, number 12, Stephen Amos.
Brings up number 2 hitter Stephen Amison, who has a triple and a single tonight. First pitch from Bonner's fastball down in the dirt. One 0 on the way, taken outside. Bonner looks in, kicks and delivers. Another fastball low, that's going to squirt past Fairbairn. Both runners are going to advance. So after surrendering 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th, Jaguars are one hit away from pushing it to a 1-run game again. Here's the 3-0. Fastball down the middle, called strike. Amison was taken all the way. Harris is in center. Haynes is in right. Ball hit out to Haynes. He's played perfectly. Overthrows his cutoff man, but Fairbairn comes in to cut it off. No runners are able to advance. So Haynes is playing in and right, and it helped him make that catch. Line drive, or shallow fly ball hit to him. Didn't really have to move for that one. May have dropped if he was further back. So there's 1 out, runner still at second and third. That'll bring up Richard Whidden, number 3 hitter for the Jaguars. Fastball down the middle, called strike. Swung on and fouled back. 0-2. Big pitch coming from Bonner. Fastball called strike, outside corner. Richard Whidden down looking. Big out for Jordan Bonner. Get the number 3 hitter.
Colin Davis.
So 2 on with 2 out here. Colin Davis standing in for Cedar Shoals. Fastball lined into right. That could score 2. Haynes is on it in right. Throw. Haynes for the other team is going to come around and score easily. Throw not in time. So a Colin Davis line drive to right is going to plate 2, and the score is now 5-4, Clarke Central. Jordan Bonner was 1 out away from escaping that jam, not able to retire Colin Davis.
Batting next, number 5, Bert Seaman.
Bert Seaman stands in, takes first pitch ball. (1-0) fouled back and out of play. Colin Davis on first, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Bonner on the mound. There goes Davis for second, gets a huge jump. Fairbairn not even going to throw. Tying run is standing at second base. Bonner delivers. Line drive fielded by Thompson. He's going to throw over to McHugh. McHugh's not in position in time. Throw home. Colin Davis is going to come around and score. So a little defensive lapse there by the Gladiators. Cedar Shoals is going to take advantage of it. Colin Davis comes around and scores on a play that Thompson fields, but not able to throw across in first in time. Colin Davis comes around and scores. Score is 5-5 here with 2 down. Runner on first. Pitch from Bonner chopped into the plate and foul. So both teams have 5 runs on 8 hits. Seesaw battle here at the Classic City Championship. Jordan Bonner out of the stretch, delivers fastball high. Count is 1-1 on Zach Davis, 2 down. Takes fastball, called strike. One, 2 on the way from Bonner. There he goes down to second. Doesn't matter. Called strike 3. And the Gladiators are out of the mess. Giving up 3 runs. Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is 5-5.
Leading off for the Gladiators, number 4, Chandon Haynes.
Chandon Haynes will get things started here for the Gladiators in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Epps on the hill for the Jaguars, out of the windup. First pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. Epps kicks and delivers. Fastball in the dirt, 1-1. I think what happened on that last run-scoring play for Cedar Shoals was that Thompson was getting back into his position as Bonner was delivering, and they weren't on the same page. And I think Bonner threw before Thompson got back, and McHugh, seeing that Thompson was kind of headed towards second base, thought he might have to field that ball. And it was in between them, so he wasn't able to get back to first in time.
Now batting number 6, Tripp.
As Haynes goes down on strike, so maybe a little communication error between the pitcher and second baseman, I'm not sure. But it looked like McHugh thought he might have to field that ball, and when he didn't quite have time to get back in first in time to take the throw. So Cedar Shoals picks up a run when they probably shouldn't have, but Clarke Central's collected one of those too. So we're tied here in the bottom of the 5th. Thompson stands in, takes a couple of quick balls. Count is 2-0. Nobody on, 1 out. Epps out of the windup. Kicks and fires. Fastball in the dirt. 3-0. Here's a 3-0. Taken all the way. Fastball. Generous call for Epps. Count is 3-1. Fastball swung on and fouled down the right side. Full count on the Gladiators, second baseman. Epps out of the windup. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner. Must have been a stray seam that caught the black on the outside corner on that one. So 2 outs. Third baseman Sasha Crumpton will stand in for the Gladiators. Crumpton got a single and scored his last at bat. He chops one over to third baseman Purple, who fields and throws across. So 3 up, 3 down for the Gladiators. In the bottom of the 5th, the score is still 5-5, headed to the bottom of the 6th. This is GITV. Top of the 6th here in the Classic City Championship at AB Weathersby Field. It's going to be Epps, Weisenbach, and Dustin Purple. Epps loops one down left field out of play. Tonk's not able to make a play on it in time. 1-0 to the leadoff man here for the Jaguars. Score is 5-5. It's been a back and forth game. A lot of drama. 2 innings left and we're all knotted. Jordan Bonner still on the hill for the Gladiators. No one on, pitching out of the windup. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung and missed. Bonner delivers. Fastball taken high. One-two, swung on and missed. Wesley Epps down on strikes. One out on the top of the 6th inning. First baseman Will Weisenbach stands in now. Bonner winds, delivers, fastball swung and missed. Bonner delivers, chopped foul back behind the plate. Apparently caught Weisenbach's front foot. He'll walk it off for a minute. Should be fine. Weisenbach takes an 0-2 off-speed pitch from Bonner outside. 1-2 on the big man. One-two, called strike at the top of the strike zone. Weisenbach is down looking. 2 down here.
Batting next, number 3, Dustin Purple.
Number 3, Dustin Purple stands in, fouls a fastball back into the screen. Purple has struck out and was hit by a pitch. Bonner's got 8 strikeouts already. Here's the 0-1 from Bonner. Fastball again fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dustin Purple waiting from Jordan Bonner. Again, a fastball fouled back into the screen. Dustin Purple has been right on 3 straight fastballs. Let's see if Bonner brings anything off speed. Kicks and delivers. Another fastball, this time misses outside. Tries to get him to chase. Purple does not go after it. Adrian Haynes waits in the on-deck circle. Bonner kicks, fires. There's the off-speed pitch, but he misses outside. 2-2. Lights are finally on here at AB Weathersby Field. 2-2 is popped straight up in front of the plate. Fairbairn is under it. Has this go down to one knee, slides, makes an underhand catch, but That'll retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down for Cedar Shoals. No hits. Headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cedar Shoals 5, Clarke Central 5. This is GITV. Bentalk stands in to lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Gladiators. First pitch from Epps taken inside. Tonks thinks the 1-0 high. Tonks got a hard single his last at bat. Came around and was gunned down at the plate in that big 4th inning. (3-0) here on Tonks. I bet he will not swing no matter where it is. And he doesn't. Takes a fastball for a called strike. Taking all the way. All right, so 3-1 here. Epps out of the windup. Fastball at the very, very bottom of the strike zone. Count is 3-2. None on, none out. Epps out of the windup. Chopped foul. Payoff pitch on the way from Epps. Kicks, delivers. Again, chopped foul. Epps on the mound seems to be one of the few Cedar Shoals players whose pants fit. I'm not sure what it is. Tonks swings through a pitch, down on strikes, 1 away.
Batting next, 26, Isaiah Sims.
That'll bring up Isaiah Sims with one out and no one on. Sims walked and scored in the 4th. Sims chops one to second. Play is made. Sims is down. It's 2 quick outs for Epps. It's Colin Davis over at second. Started the game at third. Moved over with the Dustin Purple pitching change. Back to the top of the order with Jordan Bonner for the Gladiators. First pitch grounded sharply to third. Just foul. (0-1) on the Glad's pitcher. Epps kicks and delivers. Blooped foul. That's going to be just out of play. Nobody on. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Fastball from Epps misses outside. Backstop for Cedar Shoals. Whidden has taken a beating tonight. 2 collisions at the plate. Not sure. Bonner flies one out into right center. Haynes is under it and makes the catch. That will retire the side. No runs on, no hits, heading to the top of the 7th. Score still tied at 7. This is GITV. Moving to the top of the 7th, we're going to have a pitching change. In for Jordan Bonner is going to be Terry McHugh. Moving to first to fill in for McHugh is going to be Fairbairn, who started the game at catcher. Garrett Holland is going to move back behind the plate. So the shortest guy on the field is at first. Infielders, if you miss him, miss low. Fairbairn is the usual starter at short, but they're going to leave Sims at short, Fairbairn at first. McHugh with his last warm-up toss. We're going to get things underway here on the top of the 7th inning. Cedar Shoals 5, Clarke Central 5. Cedar Shoals back to the top of the order with Adrian Haynes. It's going to be Haynes, Amison, and Richard Whidden. Haynes is 2 for 3 on the night. McHugh peers over his glove out of the windup. Someone's called time. Little gamesmanship by Haynes, perhaps. Crumpton in on the grass at third. Here's the first pitch from McHugh. Fastball swung through and missed. 0-1. Fastball from McHugh, grounded sharply foul. Oh-2 from McHugh on the way. Off-speed pitch grounded to Sims. High hopper, fields it, throws across to first just in time. Great play, great throw, 1 down.
Batting next, number 12, Stephen Amison.
It's a big out for McHugh there. Tie game in the top of the last. You don't want to get the leadoff runner on, especially not one who's been all over the field like Haynes has. Especially with Amison and Whidden coming up. So left-hander Amison stands in, takes first pitch fastball off outside corner. 1 balls, no strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Harris has Amison shaded maybe 10 yards towards right center. McHugh again misses outside. 2-0. Another fastball off the plate. So McHugh very careful with Amison here. Working very deliberately. Count is 3-0. Fastball called strike. Amison taking all the way. Harris not only shaded towards right center, but playing pretty shallow. Amison loops one into short left field. That's going to just get over Sims. Going to roll out to Tonks. Amison's got a looping base hit. So the Jaguars get their first run of the inning. Amison on first with one down. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Richard Whidden. Jaguars backstop tonight. Garrett Holland new into the game, substituting for Fairbairn. We'll get to see really quick if they're going to test his arm. McHugh had the same thought, and he steps off of the rubber. You have to think Amison's going to go at some point. Slide step from McHugh. Fastball fouled back out of play. 0-1. Bring in a backup catcher into the game. You have to think they'll probably test his arm if you get the right pitch count. No balls, 1 strike. McHugh delivers. Whidden lays down a bunt. Runners going. McHugh fields, throws across to Fairbairn. Amison takes off for third. Fairbairn throws over to third. They got him. Amison runs Cedar Shoals out of a rally. Takes off for third. I'm not sure why. Had no chance to beat that throw. Fairbairn didn't even throw the ball right away because he wasn't sure Amison was actually going to go all the way to third. He throws across and they beat him without a chance. Amison just runs into the tag, and that'll retire the side for Cedar Shoals. They get a runner on and run themselves out of a rally. The score is still 5-5, heading to the bottom of the 7th. This is GITV. Heading to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Gladiators are going to have 2, 3, 4 coming up to bat. Chance to win it here with a run.
Leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Gladiators, number 1, Noah Fairbairn.
Wesley Epps still on the hill for the Jaguars. Fairbairn leading it off. Fairbairn a threat to bunt. Purple in on the grass at third. Fairbairn takes breaking ball high. Epps out of the windup, throws behind Fairbairn, fastball. Fairbairn walks towards the plate and takes it. Count is 2-0. So I'm sure an uneasy Fairbairn steps back up to the plate. Takes a 2-0 fastball off the outside corner. Epps overcompensates a little. Count is 3-0. Outfield is in all the way around. Fairbairn takes a called strike on the inside corner. Thought it was ball 4. We'll have to wait on another. 3-1 grounded to short. Seaman on it, throws across to first just in time. Gets Fairbairn by a step, 1 down. Fairbairn thought he'd taken ball 4. Has to stand in for another pitch and grounds out. So instead of a runner on first with a walk, Fairbairn is down with a 6-3 putout. That'll bring up pitcher Terry McHugh. McHugh had an RBI single his last at bat. McHugh takes outside, 1-0. Epps out of the windup, delivers another fastball outside. Looks like Epps straining a little bit, overthrowing a little and losing some of his command. He's throwing a lot of pitches for a relief man. Throws a fastball. McHugh lines it hard into left field for a base hit. So McHugh, with a base hit in his last 2 at-bats, stands on first, representing the winning run with Charlie Harris coming up to the plate. 1 out. We're going to have another mound meeting for Cedar Shoals. This is GITV. We'll be back. All right, so yesterday doing the varsity game, we unsuccessfully tried to do a couple trivia questions. See if this pitching mound visit takes long enough. I'll get you another one. Hopefully it doesn't. All right, looks like we're about to get things back underway. McHugh on first would be the winning run. Harris at the plate. 1 out. Epps out of the stretch. Fastball grounded sharply to third. That's going to get past Purple. He tries to backhand it, not able to make the play. Ball's going to roll into left field. McHugh's going to get to second, not going to be able to move to third. So Charlie Harris has a hit. Maybe an error on the third baseman. Would have been a tough play. It's going to be ruled a hit. So Harris on first, McHugh on second. That'll bring up Chandon Harris. Chandon Haynes. Excuse me, I'm looking at Charlie Harris's name. Looks like the Jaguars are going to come in and replace Epps. It's going to be Colin Davis coming in from second. Colin started the game at third, moved over when they pulled Dustin Purple, and now he's going to come in to throw. We'll be back when he's ready. This is GITV. We're about to get back underway here in the bottom of the 7th inning after the pitching change. Colin Davis on the hill, moving in from second base. Wesley Epps was pitching. He's going to move back to second. Chandon Haynes stands in for the Gladiators. Winning run on second would be Terry McHugh. Fastball from Davis misses outside. McHugh on second. Harris on first. Haynes swings, fastball foul, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Davis, fastball taken outside and low. Two-one on the way. Fastball fouled and going to be out of play. 2-2. I'm not sure if Haynes is on the football team, but he doesn't strap up his batting gloves. Looks like a defensive back or receiver that doesn't like to strap them on. You said he doesn't play? No? Well, maybe he's just starting his own baseball trend. If he gets a game-winning hit, maybe he should keep doing it. 2-2 on the way. Fastball down, swung on and missed. Haynes is down on strikes. 2 away here for the Gladiators.
Now batting number 6, Trip Thompson.
That'll bring up second baseman Trip Thompson. Thompson takes a called strike on the outside corner. Colin Davis working quick for the Jaguars. Colin Davis goes back out there and a generous called strike. I'm not sure if Thompson's bat reaches that far. 0-2 on Thompson. Davis tries to go back to it. Both runners steal. McHugh slides into third, called safe. Another slow call by the infield umpire. So we've got a double steal here with 1 ball, 2 strikes on Trip Thompson. Thompson fell behind 0-2. 1-2 on the way, taken low. Two on the way from Davis. Out of the windup. Kicks, delivers, fastball off the plate. Jaguars dugout wanted it. Colin Davis' mouth's hanging wide open on the mound. Thompson grounds one foul. Colin Davis got a couple of generous called strikes. He wanted a third. So 3-2, 2 outs. Thompson here with a chance to win it for the Gladiators. Fastball popped. Infield gives chase. It's going to be just out of play. Weisenbach gave it a go down the first base line, just into the Gladiators bullpen. So we're going to do it again. Count is 3-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. McHugh standing on third. Score is 5-5. Winning run 90 feet away for the Gladiators. Three-two on the way from Davis. Fastball misses outside. That's going to load the bases.
Batting for the Gladiators, number 13, Sasha Crumpton.
That'll bring Sasha Crumpton, third baseman for the Gladiators, up to the plate.
Inside where?
A walk or a hit would win it here. First pitch on the way, misses outside. That actually called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Late called strike. Davis goes back out there, just misses, 1-1. So the outside corner is the place to live for pitchers tonight. Davis goes back out there, gets away. McHugh's going to try and score. He comes in, collision at the plate. He is safe. That is ball game. So a wild pitch gets past Whidden. McHugh comes in and scores from third. Not a deep backstop, but deep enough. McHugh comes on and scores the winning run, doesn't slide, collides with pitcher Colin Davis, who's not able to make a play on him. That's going to be the end of the game, 5-6. Clarke Central over Cedar Shoals in the Classic City Championship. A walk-off wild pitch for the Gladiators. Loaded the bases, 2 outs. Sasha Crumpton with a chance to win it. Wild pitch gets past Whidden. Clarke Central crowd excited about that one. Win over the crosstown rival. And that's going to do it here at AB Weathersby Field. Clarke Central 6, Cedar Shoals 5. This is GITV.